Hello everybody, Sonny Rich here with illustrated album covers part 2, N through Z. I'm an idiot, dude. I pulled too many records. I don't know what I was thinking. I think what I'm going to show is too many, and it's not even half of what I pulled. And I got to put all these away. What an idiot. What a record nerd. Anyways, we're going to start off with Nirvana. The story of Simon Path. It's a good album. It's a little wimpy for my taste. Harry Nilsson. Aerial Ballet. A beautiful cover. Very subtle colors. Some of these are in the shrink. I hope one thing I noticed, I move around too much, and the shrink's coming off of this one. And you're showing album covers. You don't want to be moving around, Anyways, this is a what is this? Nilsson Sings Newman. Another pretty cool painting, illustration. I got rid of most of my Nilsson and Randy Newman albums, but I have a couple. The other half, the band that Randy Holton was in, or what's his name? Whatever. Pretty cool psychedelic cover. 100 Flowers. This is the Urinals evolved into this band, punk band from art rockers from UCLA. See, I am moving around again. Plan 9. This is an 80s band, that 60s psych revival, Very cool cover. And look how many people in this band, man. Usually when you see a band with this many people, you think, oh, they got a horn section. Nah, these guys, I think they have 4 guitar players. It's good, dude. Jean-Luc Ponty, King Kong, plays the music of Frank Zappa. This is a good album here. Pink Floyd, Relics. This little drawing. I know there's a later version that came out where someone actually made a sculpture of this rendering. Procol Harum, I believe their first album. And this is the US, and it's a stereo. I prefer stereo most of the time, And this one has a whiter shade of pale. I don't think the UK version had that. The Pot Liquor, a pretty cool illustration. The Vinyl Archivist, Pat the Ripper, sent this to me. Very good album, man. The Rolling Stones, It's Only Rock and Roll. Very cool cover. Painting of the band walking down the stairs in all their glory. It's got some great songs on it, and it's got some so-so. It's like a middle of the pack album. Lou Reed's debut. Now this has got some great songs on it, and it's got some so-sos. But it's got a great album cover, man. Just fantastic. Little birdie. And we got Lou Reed, Sally Can't Dance. I love this album, man. This is one of the most played albums, Lou Reed albums, back in the 70s. I played the heck out of this. And he's full on, not even singing. He's kind of talking, singing in this one, You got Max Romero and the Upsetters with War in a Babylon. Very heartfelt painting. Ramones, Road to Ruin. Did I say run? Road to Ruin. This cartoony illustration of them. Then we got a later one, man, the 90s, Acid Eaters. All covers, and this is really a good album, man. I know some people crap on it, but I think it's really good. They recently did a Ramones box set for Record Store Day of all their 80s albums. I have all of them, so there was one record that had, like, I guess it was B-sides from some of their 12 inches. I would like to see them do a 90s. I mean, those albums don't get much respect, but I would love to see. I think there was only 3 and maybe a live one. Put it in a little box set. Savoy Brown, Looking In. This is the only Savoy Brown album I have. I think it's their best album. I used to have another one with a brown cover. Maybe Burnt Sienna or something like that. But yeah, this is a great illustration. Another great illustration is Santana's debut. This is fantastic. This came out shortly after their Woodstock performance, but a great illustration. Another album with a very cool illustration is Sleep, Dope Smoker. You got these dudes, going through the desert and even in the inside. T for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens. Great little childlike children's book like illustration. Fantastic. The Scientist rids the world of the evil curse of the vampires. He has a series of these. This is an original, but I've seen, there's some of them here on the back. I saw a reissue of another one, something about the World Cup or something like that. And I didn't pick it up. I went back with the intention of getting it, and it was gone. But yeah. Got Sun Ra, the only Sun Ra album I have. And this was a cutout I got back in the 70s. And this is a painting by that Bosch fella. Harmonious Bosch, or however you say his name. That dude had some wild paintings in. Strawberry Alarm Clock, The World in a Seashell. Pretty cool little drawing on the back also. Their second album would be perfect for this stream, but I don't have, that's the only album I don't have by the Strawberry Alarm Clock, is their second one. That man with the beard. But this is a good illustration. SRC, this is a pretty recent pickup for me. Picked it up earlier this year. SRC, very good band, good album from Detroit, if I remember right. Yeah, fantastic. And one I've had a few more years than that one is St. John Green. This is a Kim Fowley project. It's Kim Fowley was a knucklehead. But a very cool album cover. That's why I bought it. I didn't know Kim Fowley had anything to do with it. I had like a running joke where I showed this album probably like in 5 or 6 videos in a row. Maybe I'll start that again. Social distortion. Man, my stomach's growling. Mommy's Little Monster, their debut album. It's the only album I have by them. It's got some songs I like, and it's got others. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I like their 7 inches that came out before this better. Got the Subhumans, The Day the Country Died. This is a very recent reissue that I picked up this year. Cool illustration. Another one I picked up this year. Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army. This is their second album. I didn't like it when it came out. Probably came out in 87. It was too heavy metal for me, or too, very cool album cover. But yeah, I dig this album now. I don't like it as much as their first. I'm not going to say it's not as good. An iconic album cover is The Screamers. Fantastic. A band that had a few illustrated album covers. This Traffic. And this is, what is this one? Little Spark of the Shout Out at the Fantasy Factory. And Traffic's final studio album was also, it's an illustration. Probably their worst album. It's okay though. A great illustrated or painting is TSOL's debut album, Dance With Me. It's fantastic. Probably my favorite album of them. We got Timmy's Organism, another band from Detroit, and fantastic artwork on their albums. I got a couple of their records. We got The Upsetters, The Return of the Super Ape. That's funny. I have Super 8, but I think it's in the other room. In the other room, I have a few hundred records. Those are ones that I've listened to more recently. Velvet Underground, Loaded. The album with this one. The shrink got shabby on that one too. Man, that was original Shrink. Vermines or Vermines, a band from France. Bad Childhood. Kind of a cartoony illustration. And another, Verbal Abuse. These rat guys playing poker. No, they're just drinking beer, I think. Oh, they're playing nickels or quarters. My favorite War album, The World is a Ghetto. Very cool illustration. Another good album, Inner Visions, Stevie Wonder. Very cool illustration. And the inside's a pretty cool illustration too. The Who, Happy Jack. Very cool album, man. Very cool illustration. And we got the London Muddy Water Sessions. Very cool. I have the Howlin' Wolf one too, but I didn't pull it. But I did pull this Howlin' Wolf. This drawing of a wolf howling at the moon. Moaning in the Moonlight is the name of the album. Very good. Weather Report. I didn't go through my jazz for my first one. If I had, I could have shown some really cool Miles Davis. But anyways, I pulled this one. Weather Report. Sweet Nighter. Maybe my favorite album by them. You got X with their third album. Fantastic illustration. The Big Black Sun. Very cool picture of the band on the back. And we got Yellowman and Josie Wells. Two Giants Clash. Very cool illustration, painting. And we got the Yardbirds, Little Games. I think their final album. And finally, we got Chimp in the Blues with Jerry Zoltan and R. Crumb. And R. Crumb does the album art. Very cool. Take care, everybody.